The guns have fallen silent. The stars have aligned. The great wait is over. Come see. It will not be televised. At 4:00 a.m. on August 27th of 2024, Oasis posted that tweet, and ever since that day, the internet blew up. But why exactly? Well, isn't it obvious? They were back.
He's back. He's back!
I should clarify right off the bat that this was indeed a crazy thing. And I remember the day they released tickets, I fought so hard to get my ticket. I thought it wouldn't even be possible, but God bless, I figured it out. It was hard, but I figured it out.
I win!
Now, we'll get into my experience later on in this video at some point, but for now, let's just more focus on this. Because can I just say how crazy it was for them to announce this on August 27th? Let's put things into perspective before we start the video. I like putting things into perspective. So, in case you don't know the Oasis timeline, in August 29th of 1994, that is when they released Definitely Maybe. But in August 28th of 2009, that is when they broke up. To announce your reunion tour, the day before the anniversary of when you broke up, and around the anniversary of like the 30th anniversary of Definitely Maybe, is just, you know, I'm sorry, that's just, I love him for that, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Anyways, to those of you who, like, I don't even know how you wouldn't know this. I don't know why I'm explaining it, but whatever. Live 25 was a concert tour by Oasis and began on July 4th of last year at the Principality Stadium in Cardiff, Wales, and concluded on November 23rd at the Estadio do Moumbi in São Paulo, Brazil. I know I butchered that, but shut up. The tour marked Oasis's first live appearances since they split in August 28th of 2009. Yeah, I don't know why Wikipedia doesn't say the exact date. I know when they broke up. That's literally the next video. Their reunion and tour were announced on this day, on 2024, 2 days before the 30th anniversary of their debut album, which is also another video coming. Initially, 17 dates across 5 cities in the United Kingdom and Ireland were announced, including 5 dates each at Wembley Stadium in London and Heaton Park in Manchester. 3 extra dates were then announced on the 29th of August, which is when they broke up, but they announced this, whatever, you know, it's great. Further dates were added, and the band eventually performed 41 concerts in 14 countries. The announcement of the tour prompted 6 of Oasis' releases to re-enter the UK charts, including Live Forever, which reached a new peak position of number 8 on the charts. Tickets were released to the public on August 31st, and like I said, bitch, I titled this video for a reason. I titled it this way for a reason, because the second tickets went on sale, users reported long queue times, 503 error messages, being mistaken for bots, frustrations with dynamic pricings, limited purchasing time windows, and high reseller fees. Ooh, and can I just say, little quick rant, I witnessed that in real life. Bitch, I almost paid $400 for my tickets. I am one person, by the way. One person. I didn't go with anybody else. Anyways, around 14 million people were estimated to have submitted for requests for like 1.4 million tickets of the 17 shows announced at the time across the UK and Ireland, which I do remember that, and I was actually considering going to the UK somehow, but thankfully Oasis announced more tour dates, like for America, Australia, South America, and Asia, for which dynamic pricing was not used. And we also had some support bands coming along with them, which I saw too in New Jersey, Cast and Cage the Elephant, which unfortunately I did not recognize Cage the Elephant when I went because I was really impatient. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I stood through cast and I was like, okay, they're not that bad. And by the time I got to Cage the Elephant, I was like, can we just put the fucking dilfs on stage already? Anyways, if you're wondering exactly how much money this tour made, it grossed over 405 million or thousand, a lot of money, like $405,428,435. That's like almost 398 million pounds, and was attended by over 2 million people, making it the second highest grossing and third most attended tour of 2025. A book with 1,000 photographs from the tour was released in May of this year by Simon Emmett, and I've seen it. It's not worth the price. Like that is expensive. Anyways, in today's video, we're going to get more into it. I'm not going to give a background about who the band is, because if you don't fucking know who Oasis is by now, like, that's your own problem, bro. Why are you even on this video if you don't know who Oasis is? Get off this video, bro! Okay, I guess I can give a little bit of context. Oasis is a band that formed in Manchester in 1991 and became one of the defining bands of the Britpop era and one of the biggest bands in the world, releasing 7 albums in the 90s and early 2000s. Its consisting founding members, brothers Liam and Noel, have a famously strained relationship, and they split acrimoniously in 2009 during the Dig Out Your Soul tour, which is my next video because we're gonna get into that later. They were supposed to perform at a festival, like, in Paris? No, they were supposed to perform at a, thingy in Paris. Yeah, it was a festival, but then they disbanded, and after that, they tried to form their own bands, BDI and High Flying Birds, which, unfortunately, BDI didn't do so well. High Flying Birds, however, is a fucking banger. Anyways, in 2024, around the time of the anniversary for Definitely Maybe, also next video, speculation grew that the brothers would reunite, which, okay, I can finally say this. And I've always wanted to say this. They have been talking since 2023. Yeah, that whole bullshit that Noel was doing where he was like, I dare you to call me, they were actually texting. They're so good at acting.
Is there a chance that the brothers will get back together and write another Oasis record or even tour?
Well, look, I've been saying it. He's going to have to call me. He's going to have to get somebody to call me because he's been going on about it for the last fucking 10 or whatever it is. And, he doesn't want it. And he knows, he knows that neither of us particularly are fucking interested in it. I know he doesn't want it. I'm very comfortable with what I'm doing. I couldn't give a flying fuck one way or the other. But, when he keeps going on about it, and I'm like, okay, well, fucking call us then. Let's see what you've got to say. You've made up all these imaginary ground rules down the years and told kids it's happening now, it's coming, it's definitely happening, blah, blah, blah. I dare him. He'd be watching this now. Is this going on your website? Is it? All right. Yeah. I fucking dare you to call me. I dare you to call me. And you won't call me. Because if you do call me and I go, actually, that's a good idea. Actually, that might work. Then the arse falls out of his trousers because then you've got to be in the same room as me. And then we both know how that ends up. So you call me. Stop tweeting. You're bigger than that. You're better than that.
Now, I think what broke the internet more was when a 10-second teaser video was released after Liam's headlining set at a festival called the Reading Festival and a Blossom show at Wythenshawe Park. It happened on August 25th, which is actually when I'm filming this video. I had to pre-record. So, yeah, and this same teaser video appeared on the band's social media as well as the brothers' social media, which I'm kind of debating on putting my video about it in this. Fuck it, I'll do it right now. In 2009, Oasis split up after many years of infighting, with Noel Gallagher officially leaving the band just before performance at a festival near Paris. Now, 15 years later, the band is officially reuniting.
One of these days, we'll get Oasis back. One of these days. We're trying. We're trying. Let's sign a petition, everyone here, okay?
How many people want to see Oasis fucking play a show together?
It'll happen. Someday.
Ever consider an Oasis reunion? I feel you would.
Without a doubt, that's my band, you know what I mean? Without a doubt.
But I believe that you are going to invite.
Yeah, I'm going to invite him. Why not? He's a brother, man. The most important thing is about me and him being brothers. We've got to become brothers first, I think, you know what I mean?
He's going to have to call me. He's going to have to get somebody to call me because he's been going on about it.
We just need to grow up, I guess. When we start liking each other, inevitably, I think the next step would be to take the band out for a little spin around the block. You know what I mean?
It would mean
He's like,
you might have to reform for that. I mean, how would you feel about it?
I'd do it.
I fucking dare you to call me. I dare you to call me.
Now, here's the thing about my opinion on Oasis. I only recently became a fan. If I had to do an estimate, I would say it was during Taylor Hawkins' tribute show when Liam came on stage to sing Live Forever. I was like, oh, this sounds like a good song. What's it from? Then I found out it was from his band Oasis that he was in with his brother, and then I found out about their feud, and I was like, damn, there's a video I can make because of their MTV Unplugged show. But again, we're not talking about that. You know, today we're talking about the fact that after 15 fucking years, they're finally reuniting. So, they're going to do a tour so far, in the British Isles next summer. That's what it says in this article. So they're going to play 14 dates in Wales, England, Scotland, and Ireland next July and August. And, hold on, okay. So, this article goes into why Oasis split up, which is what I wanted to know. So I will read to anyone who is like a new Oasis fan who doesn't know why Oasis broke up, like what started their feud. Although this feud has been going on for a very long time, even before the band broke up. Keep that in mind. It was in 2009 that Noel Gallagher accused Liam Gallagher, his brother, of having a hangover that forced them to cancel a concert. The frontman disputed the accusation and sued, later dropping the lawsuit. I will mention this in my MTV Unplugged video about Oasis, but this is, I'm noticing that this is a pattern between Noel and Liam. Liam will get super drunk, and then Noel will get pissed, and then they will fight, and it seemed that this just has been going on for so long. But now they're gonna come back, they're preparing to reunite, with the band saying that fans would experience the spark and intensity that occurs only when they appear on stage together. The tour will begin, if you live in England, the tour is going to begin at the, on July 4th and 5th at the Principality Stadium in Cardiff, I know I butchered that, I'm sorry, Wales. They're also going to perform at, Heaton Park in Manchester, England, and on July 11th, 12th, 19th, and 20th, they're going to be in Wembley Stadium, which, very famous stadium, you know, Liam was there for the Taylor Hawkins tribute show. You know, and I'm sure he's performed there before, whatever. And on July 25th and 26th and August 22nd and 3rd, they're going to be at the Scottish Gas Murrayfield Stadium in Edinburgh on August 8th and 9th, and the Croke Park in Dublin on August 16th and 17th. There are plans for Oasis to perform in other continents outside of Europe later next year, is what an official tour announcement read. I don't want to make a meme, but if they don't fight during this tour, maybe they'll come to America. That's so mean, but it's true though. I mean, I've even made this joke with my friends. Apparently Oasis got nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which don't want to get into that in this video. But one of my friends, she joked that like it would be hilarious if Oasis got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and then like Liam and Noel started fighting. It would make for great television. That's not what we're talking about. So, anyways, prior to like when Oasis dropped a teaser post of like a date on it, I guess to start the tour, It was like a short video. It said 27 08 24, and so, I mean, obviously it meant that they were going to go, you know, reunite or whatever. But prior to that, Oasis was already teed up to release a new collection, definitely maybe deluxe 30th anniversary editions, which was celebrating the anniversary of their debut album. Rumors of a potential tour were amplified this past weekend when Liam responded on social media to unconfirmed reports of the band playing London's Wembley Stadium and Manchester's Heaton Park. When one social media user criticized Heaton Park, the Manchester native wrote, "See you down the front," calling the user a vulgarity. In another standalone post on Twitter, he teased, "I never did like that word former." "You tell me, man," Liam replied. He also responded to several negative tweets about the potential reunion with "your attitude sucks" and "shut up." Noel Gallagher, on the other hand, had remained silent other than posting the teaser. Now, that article was from AP News. I was going to read the Rolling Stone one, but then I remember you have to pay for it. And also, the title of the Rolling Stone article is called "Oasis Reunion Unleashes Flood of Memes About Their Next Breakup," which, to be fair, that's hilarious, but maybe don't title your article that. Maybe don't do that. But there is a whole article from the New York Times going into detail about the whole feud that Liam and Noel have had. So I think I will make that another video, since I'm already going to make a video about Liam and Noel. Not Liam and Noel, but when they had to do MTV Unplugged and Noel had to basically do what Liam's job. You know, Liam's job is just singing. But Noel had to do Liam's job. So, well, let me know what you guys think about Oasis reuniting in general. Do I have one of their albums? I have the album with Supersonic and Live Forever in it. That's the album I have. So, yeah, that's, I think, those are my two favorite Oasis songs. I know y'all would think, oh, Wonderwall. I didn't know Wonderwall was an Oasis song when I was a kid. I saw PewDiePie singing it, and I was like, oh, Felix made a song for Marzia. That's so sweet. Nope, that was an Oasis song. Oh, you could have fooled me. But anyways, next video is going to be Sonic 3, because the trailer came out, and I'm so hyped to see Keanu as Shadow the Hedgehog. But I'm also hyped to see Maria. Alright, we good? We caught up? We good? It was a long video. Get some snacks? Anyways, so on August 27th, which was 2 days before the anniversary of Definitely Maybe, and 1 day before the anniversary when they broke up, the band announced that they were going to go on tour in the UK and Ireland between July 4th and August 17th last year. A press release stated that the band planned to visit other continents outside of Europe later that year, and 3 subsequent dates were announced for July 16th, July 30th, and August 12th due to high demands. Now, I actually never knew this because I was actually new to Oasis like a little bit when they announced the tour, but much of the media reaction focused on Noel and Liam's relationship, obviously, but also the increasing the odds of getting tickets and whether young female fans deserve to be there, which this got Anaya's, Noel's daughter, to accuse some fans of ageism and sexism. Did not know that. And then there was apparently this English pop journalist named Alex Pedridis who suggested that this tour might have been happening because of Noel divorcing from his wife, which cost him £20 million. Which, listen, that could be one reason, but also no. And I'm not going to get into how, you know, I'm not going to get into that in this video. That is a lot to say. And I did jokingly say this to some men I met at Live 25 in Jersey. But I'm not bringing it up, bro. Anyways, Manchester's nightlife economy advisor Sasha Lord expressed appreciation that the reunion could bring £15 million to the region. The modern hotel chain in Manchester was actually accused of canceling bookings in order to resell rooms at inflated prices, prompting them to say that the rooms were overbooked. And Live Nation UK came in criticism for housing activists and politicians in Edinburgh for scheduling that nation's dates during the Edinburgh Festival Fringe, as the city's hotels and Airbnbs were already stretched during its duration. Now, this is a weird thing to bring up in the video, but I have to bring this up. you know, I talk about a lot of things on this channel, and I don't want to sugarcoat things and leave things out, but some feel that the band's return was an unwelcome 1990s throwback. The Independent's Ashley Davis just that fans worried about the Gallaghers assaulting each other and should turn their attention to men assaulting women, as the era was notorious for laddishness. The Guardian Simon Price called Oasis the most damaging pop culture force in British history, like recent British history. The same paper's Barbara Ellen wrote on August 31st that in 4 days, the band has been castigated from everything from like bad haircuts to football crowds of middle-aged men and like, or middle-aged fans in like parkas and bucket hats who walk funny to boorish sexism and the demise of 90s music culture and spreading laddism like a virus, which again, this word came up twice and I don't want to know. She described the tour as the most controversial band reunion since the Sex Pistols' 1996 tour, Filthy Lucre, which, that don't make no sense. But thankfully, some people were obviously okay with the reunion because it's fucking Oasis, bro. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, Brendan O'Neill wrote on Spike that he welcomed the reunion due to what he perceived to be the dominance of middle-class artists with conformist views like the 1975, which, maybe, but I don't know about Matt Healy. Something wrong with that man. During a press conference, the newly elected Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, welcomed the reunion, stating that, I'm glad that Oasis are getting back together. During the Labour Party last year, like at the conference, he said that the swagger of Oasis as one of the things that, in his view, makes Britain great. I wasn't really going to mention this, but you can read it here, how a bunch of Oasis stuff came back on the charts because of this tour being announced and stuff like that, so you can read it on your own if you want, but I just wanted to, I guess, show it. Now, this is when things get a little complicated because, as we all know, Ticketmaster and Live Nation, very corrupt. Other ticket sites, not so great either. I got my ticket off of, I think, StubHub? Somewhere? Vivid Seats? Might have been Vivid Seats. And they wanted me to pay $400 for my ticket. And I was like, excuse me, I didn't realize. And I had to sort out my bank. And the bank was like, okay, you can pay $200 instead. And I was like, you know what, $200? I'll take it. But besides me trying to get tickets, around 14 million people are said to have joined the scramble for 1.4 million tickets for the only shows that were announced at the time, the 17 shows in the UK and Ireland. And between, okay, I can't read this because it's in UK time, but I'm gonna try. Between 19 and 22 o'clock on August 30th of 2024, select tickets were released during a pre-sale, with seats selling for between £73 and £205, and standing tickets for around £150, with premium packages costing up to £503. These tickets went on sale via a ballot, with fans asking how many times they had seen the band and required to identify the name of the OG drummer, Tony McCarroll, which... what? Why? I mean, I guess I kind of get it, but like, that's kind of mean, man. Anyways, all of the pre-sale codes have been allocated by 14:30 that day, and within minutes of these tickets being released, well, pre-sale websites were selling them for several £1,000s. Tickets for their July 26th show are being sold for £6,000, prompting responses from the band and the resale company Viagogo. General ticket sales for the Ireland gigs were released at 8 o'clock BST on August 31st, while sales for the gigs in Great Britain opened an hour later. And the sales were being handled by Ticketmaster, Gig and Tours, and C-Tickets, while resales were being handled by Ticketmaster and Twickets, which a lot of stuff I've never heard of, but whatever. The concert was being promoted by SJM Concerts, MCD Promotions, and DF Concerts, all of which had links to Ticketmaster's parent company, Live Nation Entertainment. And at 13:23 on the day of the public sale, Ticketmaster Ireland announced that their Dublin gigs had sold out. And at 19 o'clock, Oasis tweeted that all their tickets had sold out.
Hey, Cartman. It's all gone! They've taken it all! Why are they doing this? Carl!
Some users reported having, I think, issues. I mean, there were a lot of issues. I'm not even going to blame, but there were also like over 1 million people ahead of them in the queue. I do remember being in queue for my tickets, and there were a lot of people, like a lot. And others reported that waiting in a queue for the queue. That's like that is kind of funny, but whatever. Some users also reported like the 503 error messages or the 404 whatever. Like the sites were crashing is my main point, okay? And people were being mistaken for bots, and Ticketmaster was being under fire again because their tickets, like their pricing for tickets suck. I believe I made a video about Ticketmaster being iffy with the Oasis ticket pricings. And you know what? For shits and giggles, let's also put this in the video. That's right. Sit down, we're gonna watch it. I'm wearing the same clothes, and today we're talking about Ticketmaster. This may be hard to believe, but this Ticketmaster thing going on, the fact that they're being investigated by the the Department of Justice, this isn't the first time. I want you guys to know that yes, there have been problems with the tickets. Yes, we all have problems with Taylor Swift. I personally didn't buy any tickets to Taylor Swift, so I'm fine with that. But I've always had problems with Ticketmaster. It's their fees, it's their everything else, it's their blah blah blah. But the first time Ticketmaster, okay. Let's take it back now. Taylor Swift isn't the first time we've had problems with Ticketmaster. There's also Blink-182. Blink-182's back on tour because they brought back Tom DeLonge. Their tickets cost so much, you probably need to sell your organs just to go see them. And even then, you probably get nosebleed seats. And by nosebleed seats, I mean like the mosh pit's nutty. The mosh pit's crazy. I mean, for me, look, here. They're gonna be near me. This is like the closest I'll ever be to me. And look how much tickets cost. And before you say, oh, Amy, that doesn't look too bad, I want you to know that when I checked to see how much 2 tickets cost, it was $350. That's how bad it was for Blink-182 tickets. Same thing with the Mickey Dolenz. I want to buy VIP tickets, but there's fees, too, with those tickets, so those tickets cost more than $275. I consider myself to be a relatively calm person. When the Nirvana baby tried to sue Nirvana and lost twice, I laughed. I also was mad at him for trying to sue in the first place. But I didn't explode, you know? But this makes me really fucking angry. Now, there are 2 things going on with Ticketmaster, and I will read the Oasis one later, just to get that out of the way. They were having there's some issues going on there, and they're fixing it right now, but still, that'll be read later. Apparently, the CEO of Ticketmaster says that concert tickets are too cheap if you actually think about it. Now, bitch. Before we read the article that I'm about to read, I want you to look at this. Do you see what this is? This is tickets to My Chemical Romance for next year. I wanted to check them out of curiosity because I couldn't see them this year because it was either that or Oasis. And obviously, we know what I picked. But look at the price of these tickets. These seats don't look that good, right? Right, so the next logical step will be to try to get better seats, okay? This is what happens when I click the better seat option. Look how much more the tickets rose. And I just know that the tickets would have costed so much more with the unnecessary fees and taxes that Ticketmaster always does. I nearly lost my shit when I first saw the Oasis tickets, which is why I had to get them somewhere else, because everyone was buying them regardless. It was impossible to get tickets. When I got my Big Time Rush tickets, it was before they announced the thing. Actually, it wasn't before they announced the $30 ticket thing, because I don't remember if it was specifically, but it would be really helpful to know that. Whatever, before I lose my mind and, I don't know, get canceled, because I can't handle expensive shit. Okay, let's read the article. In perhaps the most out-of-touch statement since Lucio Bluth's Price Bananas, Live Nation CEO Mike Rapino, the boss of the company that runs Ticketmaster, said that actually, concert tickets are too cheap. I'd like to see him tell that to literally any non-millionaire American who's tried to see their favorite artist. No, I'm serious. I'm dead fucking serious about this, because for those of you who did not see Oasis, right? Because I know none of you probably, some of you probably couldn't afford it, right? There were people at the concert that I went to that were probably from Europe, for all I care, because some people couldn't get the European tickets, so they had to come to America, which is a lot more expensive. It's expensive to book the plane tickets, the hotel tickets, and the tickets in and of themselves. But whatever. Let's keep going. The comments came from Rapino this week while speaking at the CNBC and Boardroom's Game Plan Conference. They quickly circulated online, and frankly, I thought that they were fake, because who would say shit like this? As a CEO, it's the kind of thing you might think, but probably not something you should say out loud. And if you think that this article and I are stripping out of some crucial context, think again. The executive was pretty clear in his assessment. For full context, the comments came as Rapino noted that the most expensive sport tickets go for wildly high prices compared to concerts. He said, and I quote, "Music has been underappreciated. In sports, I joke it's like a badge of honor to spend 70 grand for a Knicks courtside seat. They'd beat me up if we charge 800 for Beyonce." He argued that concerts, especially those from the biggest stars, are now more complex productions and should come with a higher price tag. I'd like to remind you of something. In the 90s, Nirvana tickets probably cost $15, $10? Right. Do you want to know how much a Madonna ticket cost back then? Only $150, which is still very expensive back then. Imagine how much her tickets cost now. I know she tours. I can't even begin to imagine how much her tickets cost. Editing Amy here. Before I show you the clip of them discussing ticket prices, I actually messed up the prices when I was ranting about it, but in my defense, I was so angry I couldn't think clearly.
Our bands charge ticket prices, basically.
We had that discussion.
Ticket prices. First question is, what do you think of artists who do charge anywhere between $50 to $75 for tickets?
There are people
who charges that much money?
Who does
Apparently.
that?
Madonna.
How much
does?
do we charge a ticket, John?
Yeah, but that's like a burlesque show.
It's a big production, isn't it?
27?
12?
You can speak.
Is that 12 or 21?
17 to 18 bucks a ticket? Wow.
Madonna charges $50.
Apparently. 50 to 75.
Madonna wears fur too. Did you know that?
Yeah.
We were talking about, boy, we should charge $25 and really milk it. Yeah, really take them for all they got.
If they want to come, let's see how bad they really want to see the band play.
So, 17. We charge $17.
So what?
Fugazi's playing tonight. They're charging $5. So how does that make you feel?
Weak, exploitive.
Yeah. See, they go from 5 to 6 to 7 to 8. Pretty soon,
it's all over, man.
Well, there's inflation.
What with the Ticketmaster charge and.
So what do you think of the price you charge for your concert? Is the next question. 17 to 18.
What do we think of it? I guess we make enough money.
God, if we had to pay for every show we played on tour, never mind.
I don't know. Production costs are so astronomical. It's amazing.
You got to pay all these people, and the band always gets it in the end. The band has to pay for everything. That's
we make the least amount of money.
How much do you see of the? This says $30 you charge for one ticket, but let's say $17 or $18 you charge for one ticket.
John?
We don't even know.
John?
25%? Is that after your cost?
And then.
Cool.
So say if it's $20, we see $5 in the $20. We have a lot of runway left, Rapino said via Rolling Stone. So when you read about ticket prices going up, the average concert price is still $72. Oh, that's a lot of horse shit. Try going to a Laker game for that, and there's 80 of them. The concert is underpriced and has been for a long time. Let's, for a moment, forget that someone's paying $70,000 to attend a basketball game
that which is already ridiculous enough as itself, and a gross display of consumptuous consumption or whatever, and in practice, a fee for sitting close to athletes and TV cameras and celebrities with comped tickets. The reason why sports games are higher priced and remain the crown jewel of televised events is because they're one-off events with an undetermined outcome. Yes, there are 82 regular season Laker games, but no one is like the other. You're paying for exclusive access to a thing that will never be repeated. A concert, meanwhile, is by nature much like the night before and the night after. It's also not totally dissimilar to what you find on Spotify. I'm saying this as someone who, well, this person in the article goes to way more shows than sports games, but I have never been to a sports game. I have only been to concerts, and all my life, concert tickets have been expensive. Buying entry to a concert or a show is my primary ticket buying experience, and in my experience, prices are really, really freaking high. Remember when I made that video 2 years ago about Taylor Swift? I don't need to get into it all that much, but her tickets in Indianapolis costed $3,071. That's a lot, and the capital of the state with a median income of $71,959. The price of a single ticket was double the average monthly rent in the city. That surely cannot be considered underpriced. And in case you were wondering, Rapinoe's total compensation last year was $33 million, which was a jump from the measly $23.4 million the year prior, and a big dip from $139 million total comps. Yes, you read that right, in 2022, which is when I made that video about Ticketmaster. As consumers, we've all come to expect paying high prices and excessive Ticketmaster fees. Hell, I had to go through it just to see our favorite artists. I didn't have to go through that for Oasis, but technically I did have to go through it for Oasis. Another video for another time if I ever do it. And we all know that arrow is only pointing in one direction going forward. But next time you pull out your credit card to shell out hundreds of thousands of dollars maybe to see your favorite musician, you can take at least solace in knowing that Ticketmaster thinks you've got a great deal.
No! No!
I can't get My Chemical Romance tickets because of these.
Talk to me! Talk to me!
Tommy, that's fucking bullshit!
Talk
You
to
know
me!
it!
Then you talk to me about it then. Okay.
You gotta give us a shot!
You know what?
You gotta give us a shot,
Okay,
Tom.
listen to me and let me hear what I'm saying, okay? You get your shot. You had your shot right there in the situation.
Well, why
you
not?
know the situation,
I know
Terry.
it. Why don't we get a shot, Tommy?
Because that makes it worse. Terry, that makes it fucking worse.
I know it, but MLB did nothing to that guy. Nothing.
Okay, I can't control that, Terry. I can't control that. You know as well as I do where Terry, you
With that out of the way, let's get into the next Ticketmaster debacle. Ticketmaster forced to change pricing and sales tactic after Oasis Row. Oasis is back in London, and if you are trying to get tickets, well, screw yourself, because apparently Ticketmaster wants to screw you over. Ticketmaster has been forced by the competition watchdog to change how it advertises concert tickets, including ending misleading information about the seats that they're buying, after a fan backlash over its handling of the Oasis reunion tour. Now, there have already been problems with tickets and Ticketmaster and Oasis in general. I remember when people had to they were trying to stop people from buying tickets from other places or something like that, and I got worried for a minute because I got my ticket from somewhere else, but I was safe regardless. After a year-long investigation, the Company and Markets Authority, the CMA, said Ticketmaster had agreed to make changes to its sales tactics in a move welcomed by the Culture Secretary, Lisa Nandy. The practices to be scrapped include increasing prices while customers were in the digital queue for tickets and offering platinum tickets for more than twice the price of ordinary seats, even though the tickets came with no added benefits. The CMA launched the investigation after complaints from fans of the Manchurian rock band and how the tickets for the band's long-awaited return to the stage were priced. The comeback shows, arranged after a rapprochement between the Warren Gallagher brothers who front the band, were initially advertised as £148.50. I don't know money, so someone's gonna have to probably help me out with that. But by the time that fans reached the front of online queues after hours of waiting and 16 whole years without any Oasis gigs at all, some were faced with minutes to decide whether to go ahead at a much higher price, in some cases more than £350. There was an outrage over allegations that Ticketmaster, the primary ticket agent for the tour, used dynamic pricing, a technique where the cost of the product is adjusted in response to demand. The CMA said on Thursday that, contrary to popular belief, it had not found evidence that Ticketmaster used algorithmic dynamic pricing to adjust the prices of tickets for Oasis in real time, but it used tiered pricing where the same or similar tickets are sold for significantly different prices. It is said that it had secured formal commitments from Ticketmaster to make sure fans were given more information about different ticket prices. The company will have to tell fans 24 hours in advance if a tiered pricing system is being used, which tickets it applies to, and how it works. And once the sale is live and people are in the queue, Ticketmaster will have to give the price range for tickets and update the range as tickets sell out. It must also not use any misleading labels that give the impression that one ticket is better than the other, when it's not. The CMA will demand regular reports on its progress over the next 2 years, risking enforcement action if it does not comply. Fans who spend their hard-earned money to see artists they deserve and to see and love see clear, accurate information up front, said the CMA Chief Executive Sarah Cardell. If Ticketmaster fails to deliver on these changes, we won't hesitate to take further action. The consumer rights group Which said that it was disappointed that the CMA had not demanded refunds for fans who felt ripped off and called it to wield on the stronger powers it was given this year to create a meaningful deterrent for poor practice. A spokesperson for Ticketmaster said, "Welcome to the CMA's confirmation. We welcome it, and there was no dynamic pricing or unfair practices, and we did not breach consumer law." That's a lot of horse shit. In fact, the CMA said that it had made no findings on whether Ticketmaster had broken the law. Well, they definitely break the law. Does no one remember when Pearl Jam sued them? To further improve the customer experience, we voluntarily committed to clear communication about ticket prices and queues, the company said. It also called on the CMA to hold the entire industry to these same standards. The CMA's rhetoric about Ticketmaster's role in the sale of tickets for the tour, which returns to Wembley on Saturday, which is today, has escalated in months since they went on sale. Consumers' rights organizations were the first to warn that Ticketmaster may have broken the law by failing to state clearly that the original advertised price of the tickets might change by the time fans had the chance to confirm the purchase. The article then goes on to talk about everything that happened, so I'm not gonna really get into that. Basically, they were gonna sue Ticketmaster for, what they were going to do. So, I'm just gonna not read the article anymore because we're done with that. And, I yelled a lot in this video, didn't I? To be fair, it is that time of the month. So, I'd probably still be mad regardless of, my women body. But, I was extra mad. And I do not appreciate that. So hopefully, I won't be so mad when I upload the next video, which is supposed to be the soap opera that I've been editing. But I want to make this video first, so, bye. Now, I'm gonna skip ahead a bit because we would be here all day if we yapped about the tickets. Plus, I just showed, that video or whatever. So, I'm gonna point out that, while Liam and Noel did reunite, that's the most important thing. They also included Andy, Jem, and Bonehead, which, and also, this is the one thing I want to point out. Their drummer was Joey Warnocker, which, okay, Joey, I know him to an extent, okay? He worked with Rem, Roger Waters, Liam at some point, and I think Oasis, which was recent. But he was Liam's drummer, and also John Squire's drummer. And I've heard some people saying Joey ain't that great. Now, to be fair, I wasn't paying attention to him when I was there, but I didn't think he was terrible. I don't know. I thought we would see Alan or Tony, but they don't like Tony, so I don't think I was gonna expect to see Tony anyway. But Alan, I thought we'd see. How is Alan? Is he okay? Where's Giggsy? Is Giggsy good too? The day I saw Oasis was September 1st. And yes, there were 2 opening bands. I stood through those. It was great. Well, Cage the Elephant was. Cast, I wasn't really a fan. But it's so fascinating to see that I was one of the 120,000 people to see Oasis at the MetLife Stadium. Like, that's just cool. So, it's time to finally walk through me going there. First of all, shout out to my mom for driving me and then for staying at the mall for like hours. Because, like, what else was she gonna do? Drop me off and then leave? So, shout out to my mom for taking me and for also letting me buy tickets to go in the first place. Because I was part of history. Like, I've seen footage of the night I went to go see them, and you could barely see me in there. I'm like one small person. I managed to get okay view. I couldn't obviously push through because I didn't want to be rude, but still an okay view. I have never been in a concert like that before in my life. I can't remember the last time I was ever this happy. I think the last time I was this happy was Foo Fighters before Taylor died, and then I was depressed for a whole month when he died, and then technically that's how I discovered Oasis, but that's besides the point. It was my first time actually being in a stadium like that. I'm telling you guys, I've never been to a concert like this, so I was admittedly a little lost, and honest to God, crazy first time at a concert. I met a group and they were nice to me. They were nice to me. A group of men older than me were like, we'll take you under our wing. And I got to go through and I got to know where to go. I just want to say, I think you might have noticed in some videos that I was wearing an orange wristband. That was the wristband from my Oasis concert. And I didn't take it off for months until December when it was starting to mold. I was also gifted a shirt. Well, not really. After the concert, they had people outside selling like bucket hats and shirts. And unfortunately, I didn't bring my wallet. I didn't bring cash or whatever. I was gonna get merch at the stands, but I didn't want to pay so much money because like just being there was more than enough. I got free water and popcorn out of it. But someone bought me a shirt, and it was like, bro, thank you. I'm still a little traumatized from the Poznan, and thank God I did not really record it. It was kind of hard to. I don't know what spilled on me that day. It might have been beer and it might have been piss. They both smell the same regardless. And before you ask, no, I don't drink, so no, I don't know what the difference.
Time for the Poznan. Yeah. So let's all turn around. All you lot in them posh seats up there, and at the back, and over there, and down here.
But I nearly cried during Live Forever because it finally hit me. I was like actually there. I felt like I disassociated for a while. I was like, oh my God, look at Noel Gallagher. People call him the ugly one, man. He's the hot one. And then it hit me. I was like, oh my God, wait, I'm actually here. And I freaked the hell out when Liam and Noel hugged. Like, oh my God. Just thinking about it again makes me so happy. So happy. I wish I could go back all over again. It's one of those things where it's like, oh my God, they need to at some point announce another tour. I hope this video somehow it's like predicting something. Like as I release this, they announce another reunion tour. Can you imagine? That would be crazy. That would be weird. But then again, I'm pre-filming, if you couldn't tell. If I didn't say it before. I'm filming this on August 25th because I wanted to, get things ahead. I have a lot of Oasis videos coming, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up now. I think if I was a fan of Oasis back in 2009, like at the age of 5, that would have destroyed me more than Michael Jackson dying, which, okay, to be fair, Michael Jackson dying destroyed a lot of people, alright? He was a cultural phenomenon. But hey, if I could go back in time and look into 5-year-old me's autistic eyes, I'd be like, bro, get into Oasis and then cry over the brothers breaking up. Not breaking up, like not talking for 16 years. You'll be alright. They'll come back. Don't worry about it. So, yeah, that's the whole video. That's all I wanted to say about Live 25. Always wanted to make a video about it, but I didn't want to make it so soon, like last year so soon. So, stay tuned for the next video where pain and suffering. I love pain and suffering. I love talking about how Oasis broke up in 2009 when I was 5.